My name is Ricky Sidhu. Currently, I'm a senior software engineer at LinkedIn, and I'm very fortunate to be here, but my journey never was as easy. Growing up, my family didn't have much. I came from very humble beginnings, and my dad passed away when I was around 12. It was a huge responsibility at that time because my mom had 3 kids, and my sisters were still not married, and that comes with a huge stigma in India. At that time, I realized that I had to do something about it, and I tried working at a call center, tried to apply to be a cop, various different things, but eventually I landed on moving abroad, and eventually got a visa for Paris, France. When I moved out there, I remember while on the flight that I was thinking to myself that everything is going to be so different now. This is exciting, and soon realized that nothing worth having comes easy. So I was homeless there for a while, and I was working in restaurants, and eventually actually became a partner in a few of those restaurants. Decided to move out here in '08 because I wanted to be with my family. All my family had moved out here at that time, and I was a partner at a liquor store. I was managing a liquor store at that time, and I did that for the longest time. I think I did it for 5 years. Eventually, I realized I wanted to pursue my dream of being an engineer, and I was going to a lot of meetups, and I was meeting with a lot of folks who were in the same industry. I met one of the directors at that time, David Delo, in one of the meetups, and I didn't even know who he was, and I was just showing him my work, and he was fairly interested in it, and he mentioned that he was a director at LinkedIn, and I should interview with LinkedIn, and that's how it all began. One of the most defining moments in my life that I actually keep going back to is probably around the same time when I was homeless. I started working in a restaurant, and the reasoning for me working in a restaurant at that time was because of free food, so I wouldn't have to pay for the food that I was having. And I was washing dishes, and I think it was 3 a.m, and I wasn't getting paid, but I was just getting paid in meals at that time. And it was a fairly busy restaurant, so I realized that this is the bottom. I couldn't go any lower than that, and the only way to go now is either forward or upward. Even now, whenever I'm down or things aren't going right, I keep playing that moment in my mind, and I keep going back to that defining moment, I would say, in my life, where I actually found the courage to pursue my goals and my dreams because I had nothing to lose. The person who made the most impact in my life would be my mom. She's been my anchor, my base. I would say my Wonder Woman of sorts. The reason for that was when my dad passed away, we didn't have much. We only had a few $1,000s compared to the U.S. currency at the time. My mom had a lot of responsibilities. She had 3 children that she's trying to make a home, right? And at that point, she actually gave me whatever was left. And she said to me, and I can still remember her words echoing, she said that this is all that's left, and I'm willing to give you everything because that's how much I believe in you. And I think that was another defining moment, and one of the reasons that I believed in myself, because she believed more in myself than I ever have. So that would be sometime in the future where everybody's treated equally. I would say the golden rule everybody lives by would be treat others the way you want to be treated. So that would be the perfect society for me. So it's interesting. I was having a conversation with a really good friend of mine, Dr. Vijay Tiwari. He's actually one of the most decorated neurosurgeons in the States. And he mentioned something, and I'm just going to repeat his quote, and it really stuck with me. So he was saying that we have limitations as human beings. There is a limitation to how much we can eat. There is a limitation to how fast we can go. There are pretty much limitations to everything, but to one thing that has no limitations is to how big we can dream. And if we can dream it, we can build it. So dream big. So one piece of advice that I would like to give to folks would be never giving up. Just because, I've been there myself. If you fall down 100 times, what would you do at the 100th time? Would you just give up and stay there? Or would you pick yourself up and just keep moving in the right direction, right? And that's something that I ask myself every day when I'm down. What do I do at this moment? Do I let this failure define me? Or do I go with the notion that each failure is just a success in the right direction?